welcome to Looks and Longers. I'm Demetrius, and this is Matt. We are excited to have you guys here for our, was this third or fourth episode? Fourth. We got 4 episodes. We are 4 episodes in, guys. We are really taking off here. And so today, we have the Road Trip Snacks Ale right here, which I picked myself. There is a video out there for that if you guys want to go check that out. It's a pretty, I want to say hilarious experience. I was picking something out and you know, it just kind of happened. So, you know, it might be mildly entertaining for you to watch.
So yeah, it's Road Trip Snacks from Panther Island Brewing Co, local Fort Worth brewer company. So awesome. We reside in Fort Worth ourselves, so this is really cool. And to be truthful with you guys, I've actually had this beer already.
It's a big no-no.
So my wife and the girls and I went on a little mini road trip a month or so ago, and we were at a local Buc-ee's gas station, and I saw this beer. And in Looks and Longers fashion, I saw the amazing can, as you can see. How can you not buy that, right?
Yep.
Like, just look at that.
Yeah, so if you guys watch this video of me picking it out, like I go through like the beer aisle and I'm going back and forth and I settle on this because it looks amazing. You know, it's Looks and Longers. This is what we do. We look and we pick, you know? And so, you know, with this, I just saw this guy. Look at this guy. Like, that's crazy.
He's having a good time.
He's having a good time. And you know what he's eating? He is eating beaver nuggets. Those are beaver nuggets. Is that not awesome? You know, it kind of makes you wonder why this dog trusts him so much.
It's such an awesome snack from Buc-ee's, and so that was one thing why I wanted to get. I bought some beaver nuggets, bought this beer. I was like, we're gonna get to the cabin, boom, gonna drink the beer. So I'll still talk about my opinion and all that, but in Looks and Longers fashion, every beer so far has been on camera, first time tasting it, first time opening it. So this is the first time where it's at least one of us hasn't had it. So we'll get his first, you know, raw reactions, but we'll still have a good time with it.
All right, no pressure.
So more on the can a little bit. It's really cool how they don't have their logo anywhere on this can besides one place at the very top of the room. You know, real kind of nice and neat, just Panther Island Brewing, brewed in Fort Worth, and then on the RV,
that's cool.
It's like is their logo. Or just kind of in the background, a little subtle, pays more attention to the beer itself and the logo. So I think that's kind of a nice touch. And it's got like the road along there.
Have you ever been to Panther Island?
No, I that's one brewery that's been on my list to go next.
No, not the brewery, Panther Island. Like the pavilion?
No. I think I've kind of driven through there, but.
Yeah, so a cool thing about it is, I mean, I guess it's not technically an island because it's not surrounded on all sides by water, but there is a big body of water separating it from the mainland part of Fort Worth, and they do traditionally in non-COVID times a huge July 4th celebration out there.
Yeah.
And I went with the family one year, and it was great. That was the first time I ever saw. Have you seen those guys that strap on those like water jets and they can fly up in the air? So cool.
Yeah, they're doing a big construction project over there, expanding with the bridge.
Oh yeah, so. Yeah. I saw the funding for that. It keeps on.
But we've done a lot of things in that area where like the Coyote Drive-In, which is kind of right there and all that. So
I love that we still have a drive-in theater in 2020. It's awesome. I mean, I am not being sarcastic. That is legit awesome.
It's been a while since we've been, but that's where I saw I think it was Fast 5. Yeah, I fell asleep because it was terrible. Like, I love The Rock.
Yeah, I was going to say, and this guy loves Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Damn, that movie sucks. Okay, this is not a movie review club. Okay, that's for another video.
I love movies. Maybe we'll do a beer and movie crossover review one day.
Yeah, I think it might be time to drink. What do you think? You got anything more on the side?
No, I got some other stuff to talk about. Well, we can taste first, or I can taste first.
Maybe the last thing is just like, it's cool. It's got the I-35 right there.
Oh, that's the highway.
Major highway in Fort Worth. And
that they always do construction on all the time. Yeah.
More than just Fort Worth. It goes a long ways. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it.
All right.
Cool can.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
All right, so the first thing that hits me, it's an ale, but to me it tastes more like a porter or stout. It's definitely heavier, and the dark complexion of it, you would think that would be indicative of that as well, But I will say this: typically the stouts I don't like because they taste like coffee to me, and I'm not a coffee drinker. But with this one, I get like the sweetness, you know, like with that first taste, I definitely get that stout taste, but it's also got a hint of sweetness to it, you know, that kind of fades into a more bitter aftertaste, you know, with that finish. But there's definitely a hint of sweetness there that I can't quite place. I can taste, I want to say rye? There's some sort of grain in there. Like wheat? Yeah.
It's almost kind of nutty.
Mm-hmm. Hence the guy on the can eating the nuts, or the beaver nuggets, excuse me.
So that's probably like a big influence on the flavor there is the beaver nuggets.
That's my first impression. So this guy, on his second round, what do you think?
So, second time having it. First time I had this, I was not a fan, like, at all. Couldn't finish the drink. Gave it to my wife, who she enjoyed it. Of course.
Of course she did.
It tastes kind of similar to a stout. I don't like it. She probably likes it. So, it's not my kind of beer, really. I think there's kind of everything he described about it. It's just kind of not big on me. But, you know, going into this review where I kind of found out what it was going to be, I told Katie, and I was like, oh no, I don't know. I didn't like this beer. She's like, you know, just don't think about it. Drink it. See what you think. It's better this time around. I think maybe I don't know what's different about it, but this time, but it's maybe I'm more appreciative of the other kind of undertones that it has. I just think in general it's just not my kind of taste. But I can tell it's got some really solid flavors there. It's kind of consistent. It's not like you don't drink it and just kind of go like, oof. It's just one of those things where I think I just personally, and it's just not for me.
Now, I will say, you know, as we're going along here, we're becoming more seasoned, you know, more experienced drinkers. I will say, compared to our review last week, you know, for the Cosmic Yacht IPA by Armadillo Ale Works, you guys should check out that review too. It's really good beer. So for that one, as soon as we popped open that can, like the first thing you noticed was that aroma, that smell, that fruity body smell. With this one, even with it fully open poured, I can't, you know, I'm smelling, I can't really get much there.
It's almost kind of like you're smelling a wine. It kind of smells like a wine to me. It's like a little,
maybe like a red wine, like something that's really earthy.
A little faint, so it's not too. Because like the previous beers, like the IPAs, have been really fruity, so it's like really strong, and this is kind of just more kind of reserved.
Yeah, very subtle.
Yeah, it smells like a wine to me a little bit.
So also, you know, one of the things that I picked up from last review as well is that taste can adjust itself. Your taste can change over the course of drinking the beer, because that first taste, you know, you're getting something brand new, just fresh, right on your tongue, and then maybe the next time you drink it, or as you start to drink the beer, it's different from your first impression, that initial taste. So, you know, trying it just already halfway through here.
And the more I drink of it too.
So I first talked about that first impression, how bitter it was.
Yeah.
That's gone. Like, the more I drink it, I don't get that immediate like bitterness, you know, off the top, you know, with that stout, you know, like bitterness that's typical. It's just smooth when it goes in, you know, it's and then it fades into that kind of sweet taste, and then that bitter aftertaste is almost gone even too. It just kind of fades from smoothness to a light sweetness, and then to a very grainy, you know, bread type taste, you know, rye, wheat, something in there.
The nuggets.
The nuggets. It's the nuggets.
I do have to agree that the more I drink of it, the more satisfied I am with it. I definitely, for this, I don't want it to be confused. I think it's a good beer. I do. Fort Worth pride. No, but it's the more I drink it, I do really enjoy it more. But it's still, like, if am I going to order it again? If I have options, probably not, just because it's just not for me. But it's what I would call a Katie beer. I'm sure she would drink this over and over again. I'm
gonna change it. I'm gonna change the category on our website from stouts to Katie beers. That's gonna be a category now.
Yeah, but I do. I think the way he kind of described it is kind of when like when he describes it, kind of like in the last episode, I was describing things that you were feeling it as you were hearing it, and I'm hearing it, and that's what I'm feeling too. It's kind of like that earthiness to it, where it's, and the more that kind of you get used to that, the better it tastes. We really should have gotten some beaver nuggets to eat with this. That would have been cool.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah. They're made with the beaver nuggets from Buc-ee's.
I did not know that was a real thing.
Yeah.
Wait. So are the Buc-ee's beaver nuggets? Are they that because of the mascot of Buc-ee's is a beaver, or are they actually made from beaver?
They call them beaver nuggets. It's like a kind of like a Cheeto almost.
Okay.
It's like a Looking Loggers special episode coming soon. We take a little venture 15 minutes down the road to Buc-ee's to get some beaver nuggets. It's coming at you, whether you want it or not.
I'm down. I love Buc-ee's.
Yeah, we'll do a little tour of Buc-ee's. It's an amazing place. If you're watching this and you're not from Texas, it just shows you what Texas is all about. It's got all the parking spaces. It's so ridiculous. It's huge. It's got like 100 gas pumps. It's got brisket in the middle of the gas station.
You can get like cotton candy,
fudge,
roasted pecans, kolaches, pizza. I mean, like fresh, like right there, made in front of you pizza. Yes. Like it's good stuff.
It's the best place to be.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Brewed with the Buc-ee's beaver nuggets, which is like a little snack. And
now I feel like we're missing out by the fact that we don't have these. We should be like pairing these together. You know?
We really should have. Way to go, Demetrius. Oh damn! Look at that. See?
That's good.
It's nothing against the beer. It's just maybe I'm just a wimp. I don't know. I'm so glad Katie's not here to agree with that.
And then she calls in right now. What'd you say about me? I like it. Yeah, it's if I'm being personal, I'm just giving my own personal taste here. I wouldn't say that it's my number one pick, but I will say out of the darker beers that I've had, it's good.
Yeah.
It really is. It's good. You know?
I think it's really. I kind of have it's kind of a trend in my life where my first impressions with certain things can be kind of off. So it's won me over, I would say. The more I drink of it, especially, I'm convinced that it's a good beer. Because when I first had it, I was just like, "Whoa, what the hell is that?"
All right. So since he said that,
now I enjoy it.
Since he said that, I'm going to put him on the spot. What did you think of me the first time we met? Were you like, "This is douchebag over here," and then you had to change your mind later?
I was like, "This guy is so tall." My first impressions, man. What was the first place I met you? I'm trying to think. Was it like helping David move? Maybe?
Was it helping David move? He moves a lot. Or he did move a lot back then. Not so much.
Within that 2-year window.
Yeah.
So I remember for sure my first time I met Angela was at Genghis Grill.
Mm-hmm.
Because waiter came around and I do this thing that I like to do where I give them the wrong name. He's like, "And name for you, sir?" I was like, "Oh yeah, Greg." And Angela's like confused out of her mind. Like, I thought this guy's name was Matt. So I remember that for sure.
For me, what I remember from that interaction is Katie. Who did she pick up? Was it Jason, I think? Or I don't even know if it was one of my kids, but she picks it up and she's just like, "It's a baby."
Yeah, you're a baby. That's Carter or Jason. Yeah.
I don't remember which one.
I'm pretty sure I had met you. It might have been a poker night.
Now, one of the earliest experiences I remember having with you was at your birthday party when we did that poker. But that couldn't have been the first time. There's no way that
no.
Yeah, there's no way my first interaction with you is I get invited to your birthday party.
That was still really early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good story.
He dodged my punch. Yeah.
It like almost hit my head, like almost knocked me out. So God was on my side that night. Close call.
All right, so one of the things this can had me thinking about was road trips. So we were just talking about this off camera before we started, how awesome road trips are, how we love road trips, how we wish, that everybody wasn't freaking sick and that COVID would just die so that we could go and take some road trips, right? So I was thinking about road trips and I was thinking about road trip snacks because obviously the name of the beer is road trip snacks. What are your go-to road trip snacks?
Oh. well, especially now that we have a Buc-ee's like immediately next to us. Anything from Buc-ee's.
Oh, I gotta narrow it down. All right, here.
Anything from Buc-ee's, like the beaver nuggets are great. Love those. My real short go-tos: Gardettos, beef jerky.
He said mine.
Beef jerky's a must.
He said mine. That is my number one road trip food is beef jerky.
Yeah, that's number one. Like,
has to be beef jerky.
Okay, Matt, you can't get anything else. Okay, well, I'll give you some beef jerky. Like that has to. And usually, it's kind of whatever else I'm in the mood for. Definitely Gardettos, and then maybe. I always like having sunflower seeds. It's always good, or like Cheetos, something like that.
Yeah, for me, beef jerky is number one, and then number two, and something that I guess not a lot of people think of as a road trip snack, but for me, I always get it.
Twizzlers?
No.
Ah, damn.
Crunch and Munch. Yeah, like the caramel popcorn Crunch and Munch.
Oh yeah, okay.
But not the not the caramel one. I like the I can't remember what it's called. It's not butter pecan. Anyways, it's like a butterscotch, basically, like a butterscotch popcorn with nuts in there. That's my go-to. That and beef jerky. Now, beef jerky is number one. Number one.
Learn something new about this guy every day.
Well, marveling at my height, of course. Oh.
I don't know. It looks short to me. Aw. Hold on, let me step back. This is the actual. This is what you've been seeing this whole review. Maybe this was subconscious, Matt, doing that. I did not do it on purpose. But yeah, this is my life right here.
I asked him before we started filming, I said, do we need to raise the camera up, or do you just want me to stand like farther away? He was just like, just stand where you feel comfortable, we'll adjust. So what he meant was that he's going to adjust.
This is how much I pay attention to things. I've really been standing in front of you this whole time. Maybe because it looks like we're in par, but in reality, we're way off. I promise. Well, actually, this is my second beer. I have not had more than 2.
It's my first one. I should probably get started on my second one. I'm behind.
But man, yeah, I think it's kind of how I can. Okay, well, no, stay back here.
I can walk up. Yeah, here, I'll just cut my head off the screen. There we go.
No, yeah. You've been cut off enough. I feel bad. Episode 3. Episode 4, The Revenge of D.
You stand right over here, off screen. There we go. There you go.
Been cut off from reviews far too long. Revenge of the Sith. I kind of compared it to wine earlier, like when I smelled it. Like it has that. I can't really. It smells like a red wine to me. And how I am with red wine is my wife loves. So she loves stouts. It's really the only beer that she'll drink a lot. Some other kinds she can kind of get sold on, but for the most part, dark beers. Nice. And she loves red wine, and so we've gone to California, went to wineries and all that. I'm gonna break that clock.
It's always featured in our videos.
I hate that thing. I know how to read time, clock. You don't have to yell at me. So she loves red wine, and we'll go and she'll just drink the whole time. But I can just have like maybe 1 glass, 2 glasses, and I'm just out. Something about it I just like can't handle anymore. And I think maybe that kind of what might be my problem with this beers or these type of beers is where I just can only really take it in small doses, but and it's kind of like an acquired taste. The more you drink of it, the more you like it. But yeah, I'm surprised. I'm not just doing this for the camera. I swear, I'll probably have a second one just to prove it. I'm gonna be completely. If it's terrible, I'm gonna tell you. Even though it's a local beer, I want to support them. I think you won me over. That's pretty good.
All right, there you go. You heard it, Panther Island. 2 thumbs up from the Looks and Loggers team.
And if you're going to judge a book by its cover, which is basically what we're doing, judging beers by its cover, give it a taste. Don't like it, come back a couple months later, drink it again. Never know. How short do I look now?
Tiny. Here, you stay back. I'll get up there to do the thing. You know, hang on. Oh, I gotta do this way. There we go. So I was gonna say too that if you want evidence, if you want proof that we actually do give bad reviews, check out our bonus episode. Yep. We have a whiskey review where we do heads up competition between Jefferson's Reserve whiskey and it's, how do you pronounce the name of the company? Lavavlin.
That sounds right.
It is a Game of Thrones themed House of Lannister whiskey. So heads up action, or Scotch. Yeah, heads up action. You know, just taste test one right after the other. We give our thoughts on both, and one of them, I'm not going to spoil the surprise, one of them does not pass the cut.
Yeah, for the first time in LNL history. Episode 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Whiskey edition.
The whiskey edition.
More whiskey to come. Mainly beer. But, you know.
We might even throw some additional stuff your way soon besides whiskey and beer.
And I got a little surprise for next week. I haven't really planned it yet, and he won't know about it.
Oh.
Next review, I've already chosen the beer, and I haven't really planned what it's going to be, but there's going to be something involved, so it'll be fun. Yeah.
All right, so we've seen the run out of things to say. So final thoughts.
Yeah.
Love the can. It really speaks to me. Obviously, it grabbed my attention to where I was immediately like, we have to try this beer. So Panther Island Brewing, great job on the design. We love the can. We love the beaver nuggets.
Yes.
Taste of the beer. You know, one of us says that initially it can be a little off-putting at first for people who are not used to this kind of taste, but after a second try, you won him over. My first impressions, being a guy who doesn't generally like dark beer, it's one of those things where that first sip really kind of hits you and you get that bitter. And for me, that's a little off-putting at first, but I'm telling you, when I got from here down to here, first couple sips in, I was just like, you know what? This is good. This is good. So I say it's a hit.
And one last thing I'll kind of say about the can is, I think it's just so cool. He's, so much going on. He's got a missing tooth. He's throwing beaver nuggets in his mouth. Got a little cute little pup. I got a little cute little puppy there. And it's one of those cool cans where you're gonna walk down the aisle and you're just gonna stop and see it and you're like, oh, I gotta get that. I'm on a road trip right now. I gotta get that can
right now.
And I honestly I opened it up, tasted it. I didn't expect anything because I didn't know what hell kind of beer it was. I was just like, I love this can. I'm getting it. So I think that alone, as far as the looks portion of our review, is just a huge win. I don't think in the past of any of the beers that we got, I haven't done all the beer runs, but I don't think there's been a time where we've gotten a beer and been like, oh. Every time we've gotten a beer, it's been like, oh yeah, this is an IPA. Oh yeah, this is this. I got this when I originally got this beer, not for Looks and Lagers, but when I got it before this, I opened it up and was drinking it, and then I was like, oh, what kind of beer is this? So I think that kind of says something to the looks of the can. It's like, you don't give a damn what kind of beer this is.
Nope. You're
going to get it. So I think that's really cool. And like you said, you won me over. I think kind of, after dinner, I've already eaten and now I'm drinking this beer. It's kind of like a better setting for it later in the evening. Just kind of sip on it real lightly for me. He's already on his second one, but I'm still on my first. So
wait, still?
Yeah, look at that. Jeez. But hold on. Now look at it. Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in to episode number 4. It's great having you on. Shoot us a comment down below. Be sure to check us out on our website, looksandlagers.com. Great work by our guy Demetrius over here. He's put all of that together. Everything's his work. It's just so cool. Subscribe on YouTube. comment on Instagram, shoot us a DM on Instagram if you want to join us for a review, whether it's, just, on like a Skype or whatever, some Zoom call or whatever, let us know. Or if you want us to try a specific beer, we'll kind of do that. We'll do little short reviews where we'll entertain requests. We have no rules, so
no,
we're open.
We're just having fun. And also, if you guys hate, just don't like us, whatever, and you want to do like
too bad,
you just want to do an anonymous comment, you can go on the website and comment anonymously. Please don't hate us, but if you don't want to be identified,
how could you hate this? I mean, come on.
It's the hair. That's all it is.
That wasn't you. That was Angela speaking. Well, thanks again, everybody. Cheers. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Looks like it's 4 for 4.
Yeah, we're still at